is ready.
Right, so you can start now. Right, this is Mike DJUIBINSKI, and Michael goes back to the 60s. He was my apprentice in London in the 60s when we did the rock and roll festivals, and we made things like these. Right, can you see? By bending nails, like these.
And welding.
And welding. And we made beautiful things, creative jewellery out of nails, horseshoe nail jewellery it was called. And in fact, in the film Rowney, when I first made contact with Chief Rowney in the Amazon, I taught him to do this so he could make arrowheads out of nails instead of killing the farmers to steal the hooks from the, because that's, the barbed wire, instead of chop down the barbed wire fences to make an arrowhead. So I taught him to make it out of nails. Because you can make them very well, and point them back and they make barbs. Anyway, Michael, he's going to say a few words about what he knows. I taught him to make nail jewellery, and he taught me to be patient like you do too, Jesse.
Hi, well, yeah, I met Clive through Sister Anna, and my first job for Clive was actually painting posters for his nightclubs, and I was at the time a manager for the British Shoe Corporation. I used to go around managing Dawson's and Seven Simpsons, different shoe shops like that, and I got tired of that life. So Clive offered me a position as his apprentice in London, and I gladly accepted the offer and went down in 1969. We originally lived in Shaftesbury Avenue, right in the heart of everything.
Right in the middle of Soho.
Yeah, it was, yeah, and it was fantastic. Never slept, London never slept. Until eventually I found a bed sit in Earl's Court, Lexham Gardens, and Clive dropped me off with a taxi there one night and said, "I'll see you in the morning." And I'd never driven before, so it was quite an adventure.
I left him with a black taxi, an old London black taxi.
So I drove this thing back to Piccadilly and got caught by a copper on Piccadilly with a bit of cornflakes in the tax disc, and all he said to me was, "That's out of date, mate, I guess you'll be renewed if I was you." So life was very chilled in those days, pre-Thatcher years.
We used to do the rock and roll festivals like we did.
Yeah.
We did the Isle of Wight. There was 500,000 people there at the Isle of Wight.
Bath, Shepton Mallet.
Shepton Mallet. The Rolling Stones concert in Hyde Park.
Yeah, the butterflies.
Yeah, and where I made the roach clips like a fish and threw out 500 to everybody so they could all smoke the dope right down to the end without having to keep burning fingers.
Absolutely. I remember making those in the attic in Shaftesbury.
Yeah. Robert still got one. He still uses it. Yeah.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And I think Mick Jagger's still got one, although he didn't say he used it yesterday on TV. And I'm still waiting for that show he owes me.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, Clive's being very humble about it because he created a workshop in his attic. We also made loads of things out of leather, inks, belts, pouches, and the list can go on. We had a friend called Cassie of Casa Dum Dum in Kensington,
that's right.
Kensington Market. He used to bring over everything from India and Africa, bracelets, bangles, beads. And we had a huge range of things.
We used to supply Chacha Dum Dum with nail jewellery.
That's right, we did.
Horseshoe nail jewellery.
And we had a group of people that used to make bits and pieces for us that we used to assemble after they'd bent them.
The disabled people.
That's right.
Disabled people. We put an advert in the paper, asking if you're disabled, you'd like to earn some money at home. When we take the nails, these nails I've just showed you. Please, I'll show you once again. This is a pendant made from nails. And it looks well against his shirt. And we take the nails and the pliers and give them to the disabled people, and they bend the nails, and then we get them, and then we wire them together, which is the most difficult part of making one of these, is wiring them together. And Michael, well, I've got some excellent photographs which I'm going to put up in the book as well with this film, of him making jewellery then. Right, that's about it then, isn't it, Michael, unless you've got anything else?
Only that, Clive was one of the more colourful residents of London at the time. London was like a village in those days. He knew a heck of a lot of musicians and very colourful people, and he was one of the souls. He brought a lot of people together and made the hippie scene more or less happen in London. So, and I was proud to be part of that.
We had people coming around like Lord Eric, Ginger Johnson, we had Davy Bowie come round one night, we had, what's his name, Eric Ferdinand from the Animals, we had Eric Clapton, Lionel Bart, Lionel Blair. I'll just mention a few because the Shaftesbury Avenue flat was like called the Inner Sanctum. It's right in the centre of London where all the musicians used to go to buy their instruments and do the recordings and things and buy the fashionable clothes. And his sister, Anna Jubinsky, was my girlfriend, and she ended up then going to Hollywood where she made some films and now she writes books on flowers, isn't it?
Yeah, displays and things, yeah.
Zen flower books.
Zen flower displays, yeah.
Zen flower displays. So Anna started being my photographer's assistant in Blackpool, then went to London, and then she carried on, and I became a full-time hippie, and Michael joined me for quite a while as a full-time hippie. We lived in vans for a good time, didn't we? Travelling from festival to festival. Yeah. And then I went
on
into
taxis.
An old London black taxis. We even got attacked one day in the flat. The guys come in with a gun, 3 of them, only 3 Scotch guys.
I think so, yeah.
And I turned around and clouted one with a projector, knocked the gun out of the hand, and you did something. I think you chased him down the stairs because he was in the roof above the bathroom. What happened?
In the attic making jewellery, yeah.
You swung out of there and they saw you, they didn't know what to do, and they poured down the stairs like a waterfall, if you know what I mean. 5 floors up we were.
Yeah, but there were a lot of good memories. We met a lot of interesting people from Colombia. We met Hugo from Italy. We met from Spain we met Juan Carlos. All these people made jewellery.
Charlie.
Yeah, Alvaro and Alfonso from Italy. They made beautiful silver wire jewellery.
Yeah, because the only way in those days of getting out of the slavery of the working class system, because let's face it, it's slavery, you know, to get a low fee and become an apprentice as a bricklayer for what, £2 a week. You know, it was like to get the only way out was either become a musician or learn to make something with your own hands and sell it yourself. That way, you had nothing to do with the system. I used to call it turn on to making things, tune in how to sell it, and drop out when you know how to sell it. In other words, be free of this corrupt system. And now we're beginning to see just how corrupt the British system is and the politicians that run it. But we shouldn't really be saying that, but there you go. Anyway, Mike, thanks for coming again. It was great to see you.
Thank you for the appearance. Cheers, Clive, yeah.
You're going red. I am too. There you go. Got it? Is it good? Just have a little see. Ah, take one still. I'll just get the still from the simple one. Oh, we should have taken the still. You can take stills with that though.
Yeah, you'll get one at all, is a still.